Hello guys, welcome to Anita Crotchets. My name is Anita. I'm going to be sharing with you guys this very simple top. It's a summer top. Someone sent me a picture and told me to recreate it, and I find it very simple. I wouldn't expect someone to like really fail to figure out a way on how to achieve it, but let's do this, okay? So first of all, I'm going to be working with a tape measure and a 5mm hook. Okay, I have this Robin chunky yarn. It's size 4 yarn, and lastly you'll need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. Okay, so I'm going to start off like this. I already worked my pieces, but I'm just showing you what to do so that I can resume from where I have stopped already. First we are going to work a knot and work 6 chains. And now into the 3rd chain stitch from the hook, we work a half double crochet and work 1 half double crochet into every stitch. You must have 4 stitches at the end of your row. So here we are going to chain 2 and turn our work. Into the very first stitch, we are going to work 2 half double crochets all in this very same stitch, and then we shall work 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and into the next we work 1 half double crochet, and then lastly 1 half double crochet into the last stitch. Chain 2, turn our work. Work 2 half double crochets into the first stitch. Sorry, 2 half double crochets into the first stitch. Now we work 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. Into this, okay, we have 2 half double crochets here, so we are going to work 2 half double crochets into that stitch, and then we shall continue with 1 half double crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of our row. So basically what I'm trying to do is working an increase at the beginning of the row and then midway our project. Okay, so chain 2, turn your work. Work 2 half double crochets into the very first stitch. Now you see the middle of our project is this, where we have our 2 half double crochets that are in the center. So for the next stitches until we get to that point, we work 1 half double crochet into every stitch, and once we are here, which is the center of our project, we work 2 half double crochets. So literally we are working at an increase at the beginning of the row and in the middle of the row. So to finish your row, you work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row, just like that. Okay, chain 2, turn our work. Work 2 half double crochets into the very first stitch, and then work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you get to the center of your project where you worked an increase previously. Yes, this is it. Okay, so I will work another half double crochet in that very same stitch, and there I'm going to continue with 1 half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row right there. Do the very same thing, chain 2, turn your work, work 2 half double crochets into the very first stitch, and then 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you have come to the center of our row, which is this right there. So in here we work 2 half double crochets all in this very same stitch, and then we continue with 1 half double crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of our row. So as you can see, our breast, which this is going to actually be our breast cup, so you can see that it is increasing. You see that? And that's the increase that we want. So you chain 2. Literally, you are just going to repeat this procedure, okay, until you see that the length of your project, measuring from your last row, can cover your breast from the top of your breast to the bottom of it. So you will need to use your tape measure and measure the top of your breast to the bottom of it, and see that the length that you have on your last row can actually fit that length that you have gotten for your breast or your breast cup or your bust, okay, because it's going to be worn like this, okay. So make sure that from here up to here is actually the very same length you have from the top of your breast to the bottom of it, like right just below under your breast. And that's what we want. I personally worked 8 increments, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so these are 6. So once you have achieved the width that you know can like cover the top to the bottom of your breast, just like this is just an example, okay. If you haven't, please go on and on. If you're working for a very large, a size large, I would advise you work an increase when starting the row, ending the row, and in the middle of the row, okay, because that will give us an enormous increase so that we can get to the top of your breast and the bottom of your breast very fast without having a piece so wide that is all the way like past the center of your breast, because I want this increase to, like, when stretched, it has to stop at the center of your breast, okay. So that is quite it. But if you're working for sizes medium or large, I believe sizes small, sorry, if you're working for sizes small and medium, I believe this can fit a size small. This is good length. And for sizes medium, you can go all the way to 8 increments, 8 rows of an increase, or between 8 to 9 rows of an increase. So now once you have the increments that are fit for your breast, you will chain to turn your work. For the next rows, we are just going to be working 1 half double crochet into every stitch until we come to the end of the row. This time we are not working any increments whatsoever. We are just working 1 half double crochet into every stitch. Okay, just like this. So you chain to turn your work. Once again, you work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. Now you are going to do this repeatedly until you have the length that is fit for your bust, okay. Measure from the center of your bust all the way to the back. Make sure you're not making, because I'm going to put a corset, more like I'm going to put straps at the back, okay. So this piece will have to literally stretch out to close up at the back. So don't work something so long that at some point you'll feel like once we put the straps, it's actually, you know, wide. For example, I already worked my pieces This is my piece, and I worked 8 rows of an increase, and then from there I worked 21 rows. Okay, because I know it's going to stretch out, that's why I am not like working so many rows, and I know this can go all the way to the center of the ribs at my back. Okay, so that's what you guys should do that, and follow the very same steps to make another piece. So you should have 2 pieces, just like I do. I have 2 pieces of this, so do that and have 2 pieces. Then I'm going to get back and show you what to do. Once you have your 2 pieces ready, this is what you will do. You will get them together. Make sure you're doing this in out. Now I'm going to get my yarn and hook. You can either use your yarn needle or you can use your hook to join the two. I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitches on both sides, on both pieces, and I'll pull through yarn and work a chain. Then I'll work a single crochet combining the 2 pieces together, and I'm going to do this for every stitch on every piece. So there we have it. So you cut your yarn. You see now this is joined together, okay? Now I want to work the bottom part before I can work on my edges, okay? So I'm going to flip my work. This is the right side. So where I ended on this other piece is where I'm going to start from. Now I want to work the bottom of my, so first of all, I'm going to chain 1. I'm working at the edge, okay, the bottom edge of this piece. So first of all, here I'm going to work a single crochet into this very first stitch. I want to work 3 single crochets for every 2 half double crochet posts, okay? So that means I'm going to work my next single crochet here at the bottom of this half double crochet post, and the next single crochet into the next half double crochet post. So either you work 2 single crochets into the first double crochet post and then 1 single crochet into the next double crochet post, but just make sure you have 3 single crochets for every 2 half double crochet posts. I hope I am clear, okay? So for me, I'm working 1 here, 1 into the joint of these 2 posts, and then the other into this one. Okay, that will help us have a uniform number of single crochets at the bottom of our pieces. So I'm going to do this up to some point. Now let me just do this and just show you where I stopped. So as you can see, I've worked my single crochets up to here. Basically, if you count from here, I have left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows unworked, okay? Because the 5th row ends here. Now I want to cross over to this side and also make sure that I'm starting to work my single crochets into the 5th row, okay? So first I am going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to have a lot of chains here, because the more you have chains, your work may not look tight. It may not be tight on the body because you worked so many chains, so your gap became wider. And remember, when you're tying this, it has to stretch out. So you don't need to work so many chains, because first of all, your work will fail to like fit onto your body, okay, here. And also the fact that you are going to stretch out your work once you get to tie the back you will find that this gap is going to actually stretch out and look much more wider than it actually looks right now. So you don't have to work so many chains here, and you don't have to skip to leave a very big gap, or else the sides of your boobs is going to be like so revealing. The top is going to be so revealing, the sides of your boobs, unless that's what you're looking for. Then you can go forward and do that. So once you have your chains worked, you're going to count the very same number of rows you left and work this side on this side, and make sure you start from that very same row. So for me it's right here, and I'll work my single crochet. So this is the gap I have left. I feel like it is too tight, so let me just add a few chains once again. So that makes it 7 chains. Now this will be fair enough, I guess. It may look tight, but then it will be fair enough. So I have 7 chains in between here. Now I'm going to continue working my single crochets just like I have been working along the edges until I come to the end of my row. And I'm going to meet you at the end of your row and then show you what to do. So at the end of your row, just like I am, for the next rows we are going to be working an increase, because first of all, this literally is our bust, and what we are working is the under bust, and in most cases the under bust is actually smaller than our bust. So we just can't keep going straight, or else our work is going to like not be as fitting or perfectly fitted as I would love to have it look like. Okay, so because I want to have a smaller under bust compared to the bust, this is what we do. We shall chain to turn our work and work 2 half double crochets into the first 2 stitches. Literally we work 2 half double crochets together into the first 2 stitches, and then work 1 half double crochet into every stitch all the way until you have 2 stitches left at the end of your row. So basically we are just working 1 half double crochet into every stitch. It's the very same thing we are going to do once we get to the bridge, or the chains that we worked for that join the two breast cups right here. So you are just going to work 1 half double crochet into every stitch all the way until right here where you have 2 stitches left. That's where I'm going to meet you and show you how to end your row. So once you have 2 stitches left to end your row, you will work 2 half double crochets together. You chain to turn your work. So here we are not going to work a decrease, instead we chain to turn our work and work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. Okay, just work 1 half double crochet in every stitch until the end. Yes, like I said, so once you have finished working your half double crochets normally, this next row you will work a decrease. Okay, so you chain to turn your work 2 half double crochets together into the first 2 stitches, and then continue with 1 half double crochet until you have 2 stitches left, and into those 2 stitches you will end with a 2 half double crochets together. So the next row will be a normal row of just normal half double crochets, and the row after that you will work a decrease just like this one. Okay, and I'm recommending a total of 6 rows. So after you have that third decrease, you will have to just work normal single crochets into every stitch. So I'm going to meet you once you have that complete, and then I'll show you how to work the rest. So this is it. I have my 6 rows complete, and my last row, which was the 6th row, I actually didn't work half double crochets. I just worked single crochets just so I can close up. Now I want to work on the side, this side where I'm going to have my straps go. So I'll get into the bottom of my piece, at the bottom of my piece, and attach my yarn, chain 1. I'm going to work 1 single crochet, right there, and continue working 1 single crochet along these half double crochet posts. Just do this just like I showed you how to when I was showing you how to work our underbust, okay? So just work this until you come all the way up. Right here and here, you'll just work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you are up your row. Now once at the top, you'll chain 1 and turn your work. You will work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, then chain 1, skip 1, into the next you work a single crochet, and work 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then chain 1, skip 1, work 1 single crochet. So the chain 1 gap right here is where our strap will have to pass, okay? So we work 4 single crochets into the next 4 stitches, and then chain 1, skip 1, and then into the next you do the very same thing. Okay, and make sure that you are going to be in position to do this all the way until the end of the row. Make sure you have at least a chain gap at the end of the row so that the bottom of our top can also be fastened. So we chain 1, skip 1, and then work a single crochet into the very last stitch. Okay, now here you'll cut your yarn and do the very same thing for this side. All right, so this is where our straps are going to pass, okay, into those chain 1 gaps we have created, those ones right there. Now that we have that complete and we are almost at the end of our project, I'm going to work at the edges, at the top of my work right here. I'm going to work onto the edges, just so that I have a clean edge and everything is like super neat. So I'm going to get at the end of my row just there and insert my hook. First of all, make sure you're working this row on the inside, which I would call the wrong side, okay? Why? Because I'm going to work picots, and to have our picots look pricky, like prickier, I'll show you that. Okay, let me first, because most of you may not get what I'm saying. So turn your work on the wrong side, and then we shall get our hook, work a chain, and then a single crochet into this very first stitch. Into the next stitch we work a single crochet and then chain 3, get back into the single crochet and work a picot. I hope you all are very familiar with picots because I'm not going to be teaching you how to work them. Okay, now here, remember I told you we work 3 single crochets for every 2 half double crochet posts. So my 1 post has to go there, but remember, if I work 1 single crochet normally, the next has to have a picot on top. So with this one, I'm going to work a picot. You chain 3, get back into the single crochet and work a slip stitch, and then go ahead, work your next single crochet, and then the next single crochet will have a picot. So you chain 3 and get back here, work a slip stitch. You see that? So my picots will look more like coiled like this or pricky if I do this, but if I work them, now let me say this is the right side, you see, they don't look pricky, they just look round and flat, but on this side they look pricky like this. I hope you guys really get the difference. You'll get it when I put it on the dummy and it's like a complete piece and you see it there. This is the trick I do for all my halter tops that have picots at the edges of them, okay? So that's the trick to make it look much more beautiful, because sometimes you're like, I have the very same design, but then it just doesn't look as perfect as yours. They're just these simple tricks that actually make our work look pretty and almost perfect, even when we have the very same pattern or stitch and you guys just don't know about them. Yes, so okay, I was just looking for where next I have to put my single crochet. So this has to have a picot. Basically, this is what I am going to do for all my stitches. See what we are having, and this is the right side. So I think you guys now get the difference. Here, yes, we have picots, but they look flat. But then here we have picots, but they look pricky, like rounded and, you know, coiled. And this is our right side, but we are working on the wrong side, okay? So we shall later flip our work and you will see the beauty of what I was trying to explain to you guys. So you are going to do this for the whole entire edge. There is nothing like new I am going to show you. So guys, just work your picots and then you will work all the way up until the end of your row, okay? So I've finished working my edges and this is how it looks like. I'll flip this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my yarn to work my strap. For my back strap, which is going to tie up here and here, I will just make a chain, make a knot, and work chains, like just normal chains, until I have the length that can like strap up my whole back, the back of my top, okay? Because I'm just going to pass this through my chain one gaps. So just do this until your strap is long enough, okay? And then I'll show you how to pass it through. So once you have a strap long enough, okay, for me this is mine, I feel like it's long enough. I'm going to get over here and look for my very first chain one space, which is right there, and I'll pass it through. Do the very same thing for this side, pass it through. Get over to this side, pass this through, and over to this side, look for that chain one. It may not be like really so much visible. So just keep passing this through all the way until down here, until the very last one there. So this is it, we have our back closed. Now once we get to the front, to work the strap for the front that has to go right here, this is what we do. We shall get our yarn and work our knots. And now here I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now into the very first chain stitch right there, I'm going to work a double crochet. Okay, chain 2, turn my work, and I'll get here and work a double crochet over the chain 2 that previously started the row. Chain 2, turn my work. Into this I work 1 double crochet. You see, so it's giving us this like super strong strap, not so big and also not, see this? So you are just going to keep doing this until you have the length of the strap that can go around your work, and then go and tie at the back of your neck. So just keep doing this until your strap is long enough. Then I'm going to come and show you how to place it onto your top. Once we have a long strap just like this, we are now going to get here and pass it underneath our work. Make sure these two ends meet just like this, and I'll just tie it onto our work, like the center of this right there. And then now I will let it be the one to go at the back of my neck. I hope now you can see that we have worked our top until the end. So this is how you work this top. And for me, I added picots at the top just to make it look a little different. So this is it. I want to thank you so much for watching and coming to the end of our top. I hope you liked the tutorial. Please share our projects on my Facebook group, Knit Crochets Community. Let me see you all in my next tutorial. Please remember to follow my Instagram, guys. It will be so great.